Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. My name is Amir. So for today's episode, I want to talk about some more free agents that the Miami Heat could potentially sign. And also, bear with me, it's the summer, long off season. We're in the dog days of summer, no basketball until preseason, which no one cares about. But like basketball doesn't start till like end of October. So the Miami Heat are under the first apron. They don't want to be over the first apron 2 years in a row because they'll get penalized for that. And so they don't have a lot of wiggle room. They have 14 guys on standard contracts. They have one roster spot left and available. They might be keeping that available to potentially trade Terry Rozier or someone. I know they're not going to trade Andrew Wiggins. It was speculated that they would possibly trade Andrew Wiggins, but they're going to keep him for the start of the season and see what happens. But right now, the Heat do technically have a spot open. They do have needs. And one of those is a backup big. I think that's probably the biggest need right now because we do have Davion Mitchell. We did add Norman Powell, even though he's not a point guard, but we do have a decent amount of guards on our roster. So in my opinion, I still think we need to add one more guard and a backup big. I think that's the big priority right now. And so for this one, I want to talk about free agent Bol Bol. Let's break it down why he could be a fit for this Miami Heat team. So Bol Bol is 7'3", which is ridiculous, but he's 220 pounds. He plays both front court positions, power forward, center, but he is light, he is small, and he's an unrestricted free agent right now after playing with the Phoenix Suns last season. We all know that he is the son of NBA legend Manute Bol, who was renowned for his shot blocking. Manute had a better career than Bol Bol. Bol Bol's not going to surpass his father, but Bol Bol has struggled with injuries, and that's one of the biggest issues with him. Hasn't had a lot of opportunity in playing time in his career, but he's shown flashes. I mean, especially with the Phoenix Suns last season, especially with the Orlando Magic a few seasons ago when he was 23 years old. But last year with the Suns, in limited time, 12 minutes, he averaged 6.8 points, 2.9 rebounds, shot 34% from three, and averaged like 0.7 blocks, which a little disappointing for someone who's 7 foot freaking three. But either way, he has potential. Like if he gets time, his numbers are not bad. Like notably, back in like February during the season, he started a game and he posted 18 points, 14 rebounds, and he earned praise from Devin Booker and Coach Bud at the time. And so he is someone capable, like that. If you do give him time, he can produce at a higher clip. So Miami's bench could definitely benefit for a big. We talked about how in other videos that the Miami Heat don't have Kevin Love anymore, who wasn't even in the rotation anyway. All we have right now is really Niko Jovic, who's not even a power forward center in his own right. He plays more of a wing position or point forward position. So he does have size and versatility, but we do need a backup big since we don't have Thomas Bryant, since we don't have Thomas Bryant, we also don't have Kevin Love, and is there someone else I'm forgetting that we had backup big last year that's not on the team? I don't know. I think it's Thomas Bryant and Love, but the Miami Heat, their bench, they need some rim protection. They need some size. We need some more versatility, obviously. And with Bol Bol, like he does bring some defense and some shot blocking. Like he brings elite length and timing at 7'3", so he does alter shots, even though he doesn't get a lot of rebounds. He does rotate well when he's healthy, and so I think he is someone that could be a backup big that gives you like 10 minutes or 12 minutes, just like he did for the Phoenix Suns in limited games and opportunity. But again, spacing, he shoots the three at 34%, which is not horrible for someone who's a backup big coming off your bench. So he gives floor spacing for those smaller lineups, something that is rare for someone his size, especially at 7'3". Rebounding, he lacks the physical strength, but he is able to get some rebounds just based on his length. So that could be a concern though in a physical NBA, and he needs to add more weight. 220 at 7'3" is just ridiculous. The other issue, like I've mentioned already before, health and consistency. Bol Bol has had reoccurring foot injuries. I think his dad had the same thing. A lot of guys who are 7'2" and above notably have injuries, especially guys that weigh more. At least he doesn't weigh a ton, but players like Shaq and other players who are big 7-footers, they eventually start having those foot issues. But He most notably like has a left foot injury that has costed him time even during his freshman year in college, and it stalled his career early on as a prospect. And so he's not really been able to log heavy minutes, which also is a risk. Bol Bol's most recent deal was a 1 year veteran minimum contract with the Phoenix Suns, which was 2.4 million. So with the Miami Heat's financial constraints this season and pursuit of flexibility next year, and also being close to the first apron, a low cost addition like him could make sense. So if you're the Miami Heat's front office, signing Bol Bol on a 1 year veteran minimum deal gives you some flexibility. It gives you a high ceiling backup big and someone who's a floor spacing big who has length at a financial, like with no financial risk essentially. So if he stays healthy and contributes off the bench, there is some upside, but I don't think I personally would want Bol Bol on this team. But it's slim pickings out there. What are we going to do? We have one roster spot. Like we have no cap space right now to add anybody that is noteworthy in general. Like there's players like God, what is his name? He was on the Dallas Mavericks uh and he got traded to the Knicks or vice versa. He was on the Knicks and got traded to the Mavericks. What is his name? Um I can't think of it right now. I don't know why. This is killing me. I'm going to have to look it up. Um well, Cam Thomas is another one that's available. So if the Miami Heat had some space, then that is a kind of guy you can add as well. But who's the guy that I'm thinking of that I would love for us to join our team? I'm looking this up right now, guys. Sorry, Quentin Grimes. Jesus Christ, he played for the Sixers. Um, so yeah, he looked really good last season, and that's someone I would love to sign. But again, we don't have the cap space. He's going to want 10, 15 million per season. I don't know if he's going to get that, but like we can't afford that in general after signing Davion and some other players. But yeah, Bol Bol. I mean, it's slim pickings out there. There's not that many bigs out there, but let me know your thoughts. Do you think Bol Bol makes sense for a veteran minimum as that 15th player on our team?